Did you know that Iceman has the ability to create golems of himself, which are basically replicas that have some sort of autonomous motions, and they can do certain things here and there without being completely sentient? It's something kind of cool, and it's something that's starting to be explored in this series. Hello, comic book people of the world! Let's talk about Iceman issue number 5. This is published by Marvel Comics. It's written by Sina Grace, and it's illustrated by Alessandro Vitti. About to go through some major spoilers, you have been warned. This issue picks up immediately after issue number 4, where Bobby comes out to his parents as being gay. Something I really like about this story is the fact that many times when a character comes out as being gay, at least in this day and age, most of the time their family is very accepting. This is not the case with Bobby's parents. His dad barely accepts the idea that he's a mutant and that he's part of the X-Men. His mother is much more accepting of him being a mutant. However, in this instance, it appears as though their roles are reversed. Although, don't get me wrong, both of them are taking it really badly, but his dad does seem as though he's much more calm. But all of that is put on hold because the Juggernaut is in town. He's looking for the X-Men Blue team, which they recently battled with him. Bobby, who needs a distraction from talking to his parents, decides he wants to take him on by himself. We're getting a lot more glances of Iceman's Omega level powers. Usually it takes an entire team to take down Juggernaut. In this instance, Bobby's able to do it himself, which I am really happy about. It's showing how much of a badass he is. Although him taking on Juggernaut is the main action portion of this issue, the main story element about him coming out to his parents and his parents not being so accepting is the major issue. I'm personally a huge fan of this. This is a reflection of many gay people out there in the world who admit that they've been with people of the opposite sex, but in reality they want to be with someone of the same sex. He clearly admits that he's been with several women, but he's never been with a man yet. I'm always reading about certain people who decide they don't want to come out of the closet because they're not comfortable with their own sexuality, where they get married and have children or even have grandchildren and they're still not really comfortable until much later in life. This is the case with Bobby, which is something that I'm really appreciating with the story. This issue ends on a very somber, somewhat of a neutral note, but still I do feel as though it's a bit more optimistic than other people have been giving it credit for. Bobby's dad makes it clear that he still loves him, and that's something that I'm glad was put on panel. It's not a great ending, but it is a realistic ending, and it does give a bit of spark for hope for future issues for him to connect with his parents again. The next issue looks like it should be really interesting. He's connecting with the Champions, which is another former team that he was a part of. I'm glad that they're not just going to be focusing on mutants in this book. Personally, I'm going to say this was a great issue. It had a lot of action where he's taken on the Juggernaut, and the drama about him coming out to his parents is something that's not only realistic, but it's also something that many people have experienced themselves. I'll end it at that point. If you're interested in this book, like I said, it's published by Marvel Comics. It's available at just about any comic book store anywhere, or you can go online to Comixology.com or just Marvel.com and download it directly from there. So thank you guys for joining me in this video. If you haven't done it yet, check out my Patreon site, check out my social media sites, check out my websites, and everything else out there. Peace, love, namaste, and I'll see you guys later. I know it's not a necessity, and I know it's got to be done very tastefully, but I'm really hoping that Bobby is going to start dating guys. It doesn't have to be something that's reoccurring, and it doesn't have to be where he has to have a love interest right away, but still I want to see something in that respect. I mean, all of the other characters seem to do that. He should do it too.